Well, we start things off in the NBA as superstar Russell Westbrook will see action this season after all. The former NBA MVP and triple-double king has reportedly agreed to a one-year, $3.6 million deal with the Sacramento Kings. This comes just 1 week before the Kings tip off their 2025-26 campaign against the Phoenix Suns on October 23, Philippine time. Last season, Westbrook averaged 13.6 assists, almost 5 rebounds, and 1.4 steals through 75 games played for the Denver Nuggets. He then opted out of his contract with the Nuggets to become a free agent this offseason. But his future in the league seemed in jeopardy as no other team appeared to show interest in signing Westbrook. The Kings were linked to Westbrook as early as August. The 36-year-old Brody is entering his 18th NBA season. Sacramento is his 7th NBA team in his career.
Meantime, former NBA Rookie of the Year Malcolm Brogdon announces his retirement from basketball. The decision comes just a month after the 32-year-old guard signed with the New York Knicks. Brogdon was on track to play on opening night. He was drafted 36th overall in 2016 by the Milwaukee Bucks and became the first Rookie of the Year awardee who was selected outside of the first round. In 2023, he was named 6th Man of the Year while playing for the Boston Celtics. Brogdon has also played for the Indiana Pacers, the Portland Trail Blazers, and most recently, the Washington Wizards. But his last 2 seasons have been injury-plagued, resulting in a total of just 63 appearances. In over 436 career games, Brogdon averaged 15.3 points, 4 rebounds, and almost 5 assists in 29 minutes of play.
Well, as for LeBron James, well, his injury problems will keep him out till mid-November. That's according to a new reported timeline for his recovery from sciatica in his right side. It was earlier reported that LBJ will miss at least the first 6 Los Angeles Lakers games of the season. That includes their opener against the Golden State Warriors on October 22, Philippine time. Now with the new timeline, LeBron will miss at least 10 games. The 40-year-old King is entering his 23rd NBA season and his first full year playing alongside Luka Doncic.
From one injury to another this time in the UAAP, LaSalle's Kian Baclaan will miss the rest of Season 88 men's basketball tournament. Baclaan suffered a tear on the medial collateral ligament or MCL in his right knee. The injury happened yesterday in the 4th quarter of the Green Archers game against the UE Red Warriors. Baclaan was on the floor trying to hang on to the ball when UE's Welo Lingo fell on his right knee. Baclaan had to be stretchered out of the game, forcing the Archers to complete their comeback without him. The Archers had already lost sharpshooting big man Mason Amos to a similar injury, which he suffered in their match against the NU Bulldogs last weekend. In a post, Baclaan lamented suddenly losing something he prepared and worked hard for the whole year after having to sit out last season as part of his transfer from NU to LaSalle. Baclaan did shout out the LaSalle community and everyone who checked on him after he got hurt. He also assured everyone that he will come back stronger and finish his last playing year. The UAAP has already suspended Welo Lingo. That's after the UE guard was called for an unsportsmanlike foul.
Go ahead. Was ejected from yesterday's game against LaSalle following the incident that led to Kian Baclaan's injury. The suspension is for 3 games. These will cover the Red Warriors match against the FEU Tamaraos on Sunday to close out the first round of elimination games, as well as their first 2 games of the second round. It's a huge blow for a UE squad that's looking to end a skid that started in the second round last season. The Red Warriors haven't won a UAAP game since October 26, 2024. They've dropped 12 straight games, including 6 in a row to start Season 88. After the loss to LaSalle, UE head coach Chris Gavina did have a lot to say about the officiating. He went on an expletive-laden rant, specifically on the unsportsmanlike foul on Lingo.
I hope these 3 referees never ref again. It was a complete disservice for the outcome of this game and the beauty of the competition was taken away because you called an unspo on one of our best players on a loose ball. They told me that Wello jumped purposely on Baklaan on a loose ball. Get the out of here. There's no way. They're supposed to be the best of the best. Get the out of here. Hell no. We talked about leaving the outcome of these games and the beauty of these games to the players. But what's happening? There's 3 idiots on the floors.
The UAAP has yet to respond to Gavina's statements, but for LaSalle's Mason Amos, he wrote in an Instagram story, quote, "It's getting ridiculous at this point. These things are intentional," end quote. In a separate post, Baklaan pleaded to the public to stop bashing Lingo-Lingo. He said, whether intentional or not, unfortunate incidents are part of the field they're in. Baklaan also said he's spoken to Lingo-Lingo, who has apologized for the incident. Coming up, we're talking to a boxing champ. IBF World Minimum Weight titleist Pedro Taduran talks about his upcoming fight against compatriot Christian Balunan. Catch that next here on Play by Play, only on One News.
And we're back. Thank you for joining us here on Play by Play, only on One News. The Farfresh Foxies extend their strong start to the 2025 PVL Reinforced Conference. Foxies dominated the Signal Super Spikers in straight sets, 25-19, 25-20, and 25-16. The match saw Farm Fresh newcomers Ces Molina and Riri Meneses face Signal for the first time since their surprising departure from the then HD Spikers during the 2024-25 All-Filipino Conference. Molina had 11 points in the win. Trisha Tubu led away with 21 markers, while Belgian import Ellen Rousseau added 17. Farm Fresh leads Pool A with a 2-0 record, while Signal still winless after 2 games this conference.
Well, yun nga sinabi ko na galing ako sa Signal before and alam ko talaga yung culture nila doon na nalaban sila and I know that they will prepare also para sa mga next games nila. And yun, today, talaga nag-prepare lang ako na hindi ako mag-receive and hindi ko pinressure yung sarili ko, whatever it is. Pero yun, ginapan ako lang yung role ko today sa team. With Coach Lodi's help naman, talagang inaral din naman namin sila. Like any other team, inaaral namin talaga sa doing and player to player talagang pinaghahandaan namin. So, I think nakakuha namin yung goal namin today.
Meantime, the Capital One Solar Spikers get their first victory in the reinforced conference. They beat the next-led Chameleons in 4 sets, 25-20, 23-25, 27-25, and 25-12. Top pick Bella Belen leading the Capital One locals here to get her first pro win. The three-time UAAP MVP finished with 15 points and 14 digs. But it was Ukrainian import Alexandra Bitsenko who stole the show, erupting for a conference-high 39 points and 17 receptions. This is also head coach Jorge De Brito's first victory with Capital One. The Solar Spikers are fourth in Pool A with 1 win and 1 loss. The Chameleons dropped to 0 and 2.
After ko lang ng game namin against PLDT, minindset na talaga namin na kailangan namin manalo ngayon. Hindi kami dapat matalo. So, parang yung mindset pa lang na yun, natulungan na kami kung paano kami mag-perform sa training pa lang and then pagdating sa game. So, ayun, siguro from here, kailangan namin baunin yung mga natutunan namin lessons para next game, mas ma-improve pa namin yung mga dapat namin ma-improve. Siguro yung pressure na dyan pa rin talaga. Kahit hindi naman po kasi siya nawawala. I mean, kinakabahan pa rin ako every game. Pero with the support of my teammates and coaches, syempre ayun, mas nagagawa ko po yung role ko sa team.
And for the final game of the triple header, the PLDT high-speed hitters extend their win streak to 15 games. PLDT made quick work of the Choco Mucho Flying Titans with a 25-21, 25-20, 25-19 sweep. Savvy Davison was hailed the player of the game after putting up 19 points on 15 attacks, 3 blocks, and an ace. The high-speed hitters have not lost a game since they started their championship run in the PVL on tour. PLDT is now 2-0 in Pool A, keeping in step with Farm Fresh. Choco Mucho drops to 1-1, tying Capital One. Let's move on to boxing from volleyball as the golden anniversary celebration of the iconic Thrilla in Manila is happening later this month. But 3 days before that match, much-awaited event on the 29th, a prelude to the spectacle will take place featuring a couple of world title fights.
Among them is IBF minimum weight titleist Pedro Taduran putting his belt at stake against fellow Pinoy Christian Balunan on October 26. Taduran himself joins us via Zoom to discuss the upcoming title defense. Good evening, Pedro.
Hello po, magandang gabi po, sir and ma'am.
Salamat, Pedro.
Salamat. Thank you for joining us. At syempre, Pedro, kailangan pag-usapan muna. Kamusta yung ensayo? Malapit na.
Okay naman po, maganda naman yung condition po sa kanya po.
Saan ka nagtitraining? Sino mga kasama mo mag-training?
Dito sa lobby po, sa Sokat, meron po yung si Coach Alex.
Pedro, gano'n ka kumpiyansa sa sarili mo? Dahil galing ka sa magandang title defense, kalaban mo si Genjiro Shigeoka nung Mayo. So, papasok dito, out of scale of 10, gano'n ka kumpiyansa na handang-handa ka na dito?
Siguro sa 9.
9? Bakit hindi pa 10? Bakit kulang pa ng isa? Bakit hindi pa 10 out of 10 yung kumpiyansa mo?
Makikita pagdating na lang po sa loob ng ring po, yung ano.
Confident. So, Pedro, ano yung tingin mo mga advantage mo kay Balunan? Naglaban na ba kayo ni Balunan before ever? Or ito yung unang time na maghaharap kayo?
Ngayon unang lawan po namin ngayon ni Christian Balunan.
So ano sa tingin mo, syempre inaaral mo na yung mga dati niyang laban, ano sa tingin mo, sa mga nakita mo, yung advantage mo kay Balunan?
Siguro yung experience ko, tsaka yung yung magandang ensayo po namin.
Experience at magandang ensayo nyo. Yun yung lamang mo.
Opo.
Tingin mo, anong lamang
Opo.
naman ni Christian Balunan sa'yo? O saan siya magaling?
Yung ano lang naman sa kanya, yung mataas siya sa akin.
May height advantage.
Gaano kataas, gaano ka laki yung yung pinagkaiba ng inches?
Kasi ako, 5'3 lang po ako, siya 5'6 siguro yun siya.
Ah, okay. Pati sa reach, no?
Opo, opo, opo.
Pero sa stance, pareho ba kayong
Ah,
orthodox?
Southpaw po
O
ako.
Southpaw? Southpaw ka,
opo,
okay.
siya orthodox po.
So tingin mo, magagamit mo yun sa, kumbaga, mas lamado ka dahil alam naman natin, pag, di ba, pag binanggit natin si pambansang kamao, Manny Pacquiao.
Southpaw.
Oo, Southpaw yun di ba? Laging may lamang pagkaliwete. Ikaw, tingin mo, gagamitin mo yon?
Opo, magagamit ko po yan yung stance ko po.
Saan sa tingin mo yung yung sa hook ba? Saan yung dadaanin mo sa puro jab? O gusto mo knockout agad-agad?
Hindi ko naman po masabi na yung knockout agad siya, pero gagawin ko po yung best ko na yun, mabigyan ako ng pagkakataon na may knockout siya, yun po.
Ano yung typical training day para sa'yo ngayon? Ano yung mga fino-focus mo sa training?
So ngayon po, paano na po kami, cool down na po kami, pababa na po kami yung yung training ko, pakuha na lang ng timbang. Konti lang naman po.
Ay, so nagda-drop ka pa ng timbang. Ang
Opo.
hirap na.
Anong timbang ni Balunan?
Sa ngayon, po ako ngayon? 110.
Ano? Ano naputol?
Ang lalabanan namin ay 105.
Then, ulit, Pedro, sorry. Anong timbang mo ngayon?
110 po.
Pounds.
Si Balunan.
Opo, pounds.
Si Balunan.
Di ko lang alam. Di ko lang alam po kung ano yung weight niya sa ngayon.
Oo.
Opo.
Pag nagbawas ka, hindi kaya tingin mo mas magiging dehado ka doon? Kasi yun nga, sabi mo, sa reach lamang siya, sa height lamang siya. Tapos kung pag magbawas ka pa ng timbang, baka madaan ka sa power ni Christian?
Hindi naman po siguro kasi pinag-studian namin din ni Coach yung kung paano siya tatalunin namin.
Okay. Salamat, Pedro. Thank you for joining us sa play-by-play. Pero bago ka namin pakawalan, invite mo naman lahat ng tao na panoorin kayo.
Sa lahat pong nakakakilala sa akin at saka nagsusuporta, sana po manood po kayo sa ngayong 26 kasi ipapakita ko yung best ko po talaga. Kaya sana po manood kayo sa laban ko.
Pedro, maraming salamat. Good luck laban kay Christian Balunan. Abangan natin yan At para mapasama ka lang
Thank you po.
sa event na ito, I'm sure talagang karangalan to. Huwag mo sasayangin yung oportunidad. At good luck sa laban mo, pare. Thank you.
Thank you po. Maraming salamat.
That was IBF minimum weight champion Pedro Taduran. Coming up, NBA rookies are getting special memorabilia this season. Find out how the league is honoring its newest stars when they step on the floor for the very first time. That and more when Play-by-Play returns here on One News. Welcome back. You're watching Play-by-Play on One News. The second edition of the Reyes Cup just started at the Ninoy Aquino Stadium in Manila, and Team Asia wasted no time getting the first match. The Asian squad with a masterful start for a 5-1 win. World champion Carlo Biado gave Team Asia the first rack before Team Rest of the World equalized in the second. But from there, it was all Asia, with Biado delivering the finishing touches again. Up next is the doubles game featuring last year's MVP Aloysius Yap and online pool sensation 19-year-old AJ Manas going against Jason Shaw and Francisco Sanchez Ruiz. After that, there's 2 more games on tap for day 1. Match 3 is a one-on-one battle between Biado and Moritz Neuhausen. The final match will see Duong Po Kwang and 2025 U.S. Open champion Johan Chua against world number 1 Fedor Gorst and Sky Woodward. Pool icons Django Bustamante and Jeremy Jones will serve as team captains for Asia and rest of the world, respectively.
Okay, one day to go, tapos biyernes na, but today, tuloy-tuloy ang ligaya sa basketball ng mga basketball fans natin. We've got a UAP to PBA, of course, NBA preseason highlights for our highlight reel. Nahin na natin, UAP, USC, FEU. Kyle Pacanada has it. Great season so far. Off to Jello Crisostomo. First 3, down it goes. Up 4, now to 7. Under 3 to play again. Talagang tinatapos na nila yung FEU. FEU had some life, but not on that play. This time, a 3 by FEU, no go. Rebounded by, I believe that was Crisostomo. Handoff to Pacanada. And now they have 2:30 to execute. Up 7, USC at the Mall of Asia Arena. We have Padrigao directing traffic off to Cabanero. And look at the maturity of Padrigao here. Telling Crisostomo where to go. Pacanada, that was Cabanero. Pacanada back to Cabanero. Fires a corner 3. No, Tapik. Loose ball. Still goes back to Cabanero. That was Crisostomo. Nalilito na ako. Cabanero, now Pacanada. Crisostomo. Yan yung back-to-back threes ni Jello Crisostomo for 3. And look at the bench go crazy. Back-to-back threes from Jello. From up 4, now to up 10. Simply, ito yung una. Tapos FEU will have a chance, but the miss. And then we saw that sequence. Pacanada finding Jello Crisostomo to extend that lead to 10 and put away the FEU Tamaraos for good. Those threes, by the way, part of a 10-0 run for USC, eventually getting the win 92-80. Jello Crisostomo finished with 14 points, 8 boards, 4 steals. USC now improves to 5-1. Great start for USC, while FEU falls to 1-5 in the team standings. From the UAP, let's go to the PBA. At a big dog, Smart Araneta Coliseum. Nice screen there by Brandon Ganuelas Rosser. And a knockdown 3. Step back from Simon Enciso. On the switch, he had Japet Aguilar losing Scotty Thompson, his initial defender. Step you back, Japet, with the outstretched arms by Japet. But look at Enciso launching and knocking that 3 to go down. Enciso, by the way, 17 points, including 5 of 7 from downtown. Okay, same game, different team. Let's go to Ginebra side. Here's Rosario, handoff. Abarrientos to beat the clock to end the third. Woo! Using the glass, and that's a 4. So 4 bangs para dito kay RJ Abarrientos. Look at Brandon Ganuelas Rosser. Tried to catch up with a quick Abarrientos. Good instinct there from RJ, launching that long 4 to end the third, beat the buzzer, use the glass's favor, knocks it down. RJ, 14 markers, 3 assists. Ginebra beats TNT here, 92-77 finally. Nakabawi sila after losing their opening match this season against the Magnolia Hotshots, against former Ginebra teammate L.A. Tenorio, who's now the head coach of Magnolia. Ito, nakabawi sila at natalo lang TNT. Both teams now have 1 win and 1 loss in the Philippine Cup in the 50th PBA season. Okay, preseason now, NBA tayo from the PBA. Lakers, Mavs, inabangan to. And look at this, woo! We'll be seeing a lot of that this season for sure. Look at Cooper flag, good backdoor play. Anthony Davis spotting there. The good cut by Cooper, nobody home. Rack attack for Coop. The Rook had 13 points, 3 assists. Mavs beat the Lakers 121-94 in preseason. And lastly, let's go to the Hornets-Grizzlies preseason game. What a highlight reel. Bridges on the attack. LaMelo back to Bridges. I'm sure the Hornets commentator going crazy. There was another play that was also amazing. LaMelo with that between the legs pass at nutmeg and then over to Brandon Miller. But this one, 2-on-1 fast break. Bridges, LaMelo, up, slam. LaMelo, 23 points, 8 assists. Bridges top scored with 29 points along with 10 boards, 5 assists. Hornets blow out the Grizz here in preseason, 145-116.
And before we go, a little something new is coming for NBA players making their debut this season. Rookies will be sporting a small debut patch next to the NBA logo. The patches will then be featured on limited edition trading cards. This is part of a new collaboration between the league and trading card giant Topps. The patch, inspired by Major League Baseball, is meant to mark the special occasion of a player's first ever NBA game. Last season's award winners, including MVP Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, Rookie of the Year Stephon Castle, and Defensive Player of the Year Evan Mobley, will also have a gold NBA logo man patch on their jerseys.
Yes. Po.
How many cards do you have?
Sino nagsabi
Nick.
sa'yo? Ba't ang dami mong alam?
Kasi ilang beses mo nang binanggit on the show din eh. So
NBA
alam ko
cards.
marami ka nang
Sobrang
kinolekta.
dami kong NBA cards. Pero alam mo, if that's kumbaga, delicate, controversial topic. Nung pandemic, na-addict ako dyan, NBA cards. Dami kong nagastos. As in, sobrang dami. As in, sumasali ako ng mga box break. Tapos si Pawi nagalit. Kasi nga, talagang puro ako NBA cards. Kinulay ko, may rookie cards ako ni LaMelo Ball. That was the year draft class ni LaMelo Ball, Anthony Edwards. Si Edwards number 1 pick noon eh. Tapos si Tyrese Haliburton. Eto maganda to dahil kung imagine if you get that, di ba? One of one?
May balak bumili.
One of
Okay.
one? Oh,
Sorry,
ilang
Pawi.
milyon na yun. Di ba? Pag binito mo.
I'm so sorry I brought it up, Pawi.
Tinanong mo eh. Siyempre eh. Pero Pawi, alam mo naman, nakatago na yung NBA cards natin. Kailangan na pagkakitaan. That's all from us tonight, mga kapatid. Catch us again tomorrow, Friday at 8:30 p.m. for a play-by-play of today's top sports stories.
Play-by-play is on One News, that's Signal TV, Channel 8 on SD, and Channel 250 on HD. We are also available on Signal Play and Pilipinas Live.
Pag nag-away kami, kasalanan
Eh,
mo.
well, dinamay pa ako. Natanong lang naman ako.
Tanda mo, ikaw nagtanong. Sabi ko, tinanong lang ni Cheska, sumagot lang ako. I'm Andre Felix.
And I'm Cheska Latin-Calao. Thank you for watching, mga kapatid. Good night.